Rebecca Jones, a scientist fired for refusing to manipulate COVID data, is fake clickbait. We took a deeper look at this sensational story published by media outlets such as the New York Post, the Daily Beast, The Guardian, Miami Herald, MSNBC, and others. The story was ran as the scientist and architect of Florida's COVID-19 dashboard was fired for refusing to manipulate data to support Florida's governor's plan to reopen the state. The implication is that the number of COVID-19 diagnosed and deceased were much greater than the governor's office was warning to let out, and this brave employee was standing up to the governor's office in a valiant attempt to present the real numbers. But as things unfold through investigation, that wasn't the case at all. Let's look at the spin these media outlets contrived to bolster this story for partisan clickbait. Several of the aforementioned news outlets presented the story as Rebecca being the architect of the state's COVID-19 dashboard, and therefore in a place of gatekeeping for what it presented to the public. As one Tallahassee reporter explains, Rebecca was more of a drywall hanger than an architect, as the visual mapping tool used in the dashboard was built from a subscription service of ready-made modules. Jones' responsibility was to load the data given to her on the dashboard modules. Where did the data come from? It came from the actual scientists collecting and relaying the COVID-19 data, the epidemiologists and biologists. Rebecca Jones has a doctorate degree in geography, and her skill set was in mapping data. Calling her a scientist in this context is a stretch, employed by many large news outlets for an eye-catching headline.
She is not an epidemiologist. She is not the chief architect of our web portal. That is another false statement.
Florida's governor attempting to clear the record, but not without tearing into Rebecca Jones, a health department analyst who made headlines after claiming she was removed for objecting to censor COVID case numbers.
She's not a data scientist. She's somebody that's got a degree in journalism, communication, and geography. She is not involved in collating any data. She does not have the expertise to do that.
What's the connection with the information she reportedly refused to manipulate? The Tampa Bay Times reported a single column of data was unavailable on the dashboard on May 4th. The missing information returned on May 5th, showing no change from before May 4th. The claim that Rebecca was fired because she refused to comply with orders to hide some sort of truth about COVID-19 is what was manipulated by the majority of the news outlets' initial coverage. These media outlets were in favor of an extended lockdown and didn't want Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to open the state for regular commerce. Why was Rebecca Jones fired then? She was fired for insubordination, according to the DeSantis administration. Rebecca Jones exhibited a repeat course of insubordination during her time with the department, including her unilateral decisions to modify the department's COVID-19 dashboard without input or approval from the epidemiological team or her supervisors. DeSantis spokeswoman Helen Fierro said in a statement, "The blatant disrespect for the professionals who were working around the clock to provide the important information for the COVID-19 website was harmful to the team." After further digging, Rebecca Jones has an extensive criminal record in Leon County. She's been arrested and charged with 3 felonies, including 1 for robbery, and several misdemeanors, including sexual cyberstalking. Since most of her charges came after she was hired by the Department of Health, they wouldn't have turned up in a background check. The reality of the situation surrounding Rebecca Jones' termination is repeated negative performance issues, not refusing to manipulate data. Will the media outlets mentioned above, those using wordplay to create a story where there isn't one, issue a retraction to their false claims? Let us know what you think in the comments. For this and other news, visit www.newjerusalemmedia.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.